Alright, we're recording. Hey, what's going on, guys? Super Sky Shaman here. Today, discussing some RWBY because I want to. But, I'm not exactly alone today.
Intro.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't practice improv all day. But like I said, I'm here with, some friends of mine that I met over the Discord. They usually dabble in Unordinary, which is also a good series. You should check that out. But who are these people? Who are these masked people? Who are they? They are
Ordinary for an anime.
the Jokers, okay? I got my man Ty,
What's going on, everybody?
and I got my man Fox.
Oh, dude, what's poppin'?
That's facts. So, what's it called? We were talking about some of the RWBY stuff in the chat. Like not even 2 weeks. Like a week ago, or 4 days. I don't know. Is today Saturday? No, it's Thursday. Yikes.
Wish it was Saturday.
I wish it was Saturday too.
Same.
But what's it called? It's just gonna have to go ahead and get into it. Throw your first pot and throw your first sense in the pot. Whoever wants to speak first, as I get up my notes.
So, what do y'all think about Crow's new VA?
Go ahead.
I could barely tell a difference, but I could tell. Like, if you listen to someone for so long, you can tell a difference. But I think it sounds good.
He does. It's the same voice that does Davi in My Hero, so I was like, yep, that works. I'm cool with it.
That's facts. What's it called?
I didn't think it would be spot on like that.
It's close enough, but like it's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. I'd say for me, I'd have to like wait till like probably like halfway through Volume 7 to get used to it. But that's just
He
me
has
though.
less rasp than Vic does. That's what I noticed.
Yeah, that's facts. What's it called? But controversy. My
Besides
man.
the whole Vic Mignogna case.
Yeah, besides the Vic Mignogna cases, man got
Oh, yeah.
bodied.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, you mean the appeal that's happening right now?
Yeah, that man can't catch a break, yo.
Max.
That fool can't catch anything, man. Like,
Y'all seen the trailer for Volume 7?
yeah.
Yeah, I gotta talk about the animation for it. I have to.
All right, then go ahead.
Where do I begin? So, if you guys remember when they dropped the artwork for it,
Yep.
everybody was like super hyped for it. But then we get to the trailer, and I'm looking at these 3D models, and I'm disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I expected like a little bit more detail, or at least like some more shading, because it should go with like the tone of the current arc right now in RWBY, because you know it's gonna be dark. Everything just seemed like all sunshine and rainbows there.
Well,
Because of the artwork.
that's the thing, though. You have a point with it being dark, but I think it's gonna be like season volume 3, where it was happy until like half of the volume. Because I mean, and the reason I say that is because like we're just getting to Atlas. We just like volume 6 was all about getting back on your feet and being happy. And I think that's what we're going to be going into the volume with. I mean, we're all together. We're still, we just got off of the Adam train, so Adam's no longer a problem with us. So that's half of the beef for the squad. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah,
I'm so pissed about
it's in the list. It's in the list, bro. It's in the list. Oh, yo, I got notes. What's it called? I took like a bunch of screenshots of what we were talking about, like the stuff that we were talking about, and
Blake's hair. Can we talk about Blake's hair and how atrocious it looks and what they did to my baby?
all right, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, like, this,
Yeah.
the art direction here.
Personally, I have my gripes with that, but finishing my thought on like it being we just got the go ahead for Cordovan. Like Cordovan was like, "Yo, I see you. Peace, respect. You do what you do," and so like we're happy. Oscar isn't being hated. RWBY just got their power. RWBY just like is figuring out like the first milestone for her Silver Eye power. So yeah, we're happy. Crow is finally like not as depressed as he was before. So I think when we land in Atlas, yeah, I'm still depressed, but not as depressed. Like sticking volume 6, midway through volume 6, that man was just in. No, it was wasn't it? Wasn't it?
He's seeing, when you get a wake up call from your little baby niece, you sound like, okay, it's time to
Yeah.
get back to me.
Facts. So, and we also have Maria still. So that's a little ray of sunshine. So yeah, we're gonna be happy. But I think once we get to Ironwood, that's when the darker tones are going to like start to fit in, and that's when I think it's going to be very dark. And not only that, but they're like up north, and we're approaching winter in real world. So yeah, yes, the winter is coming. The nights are going to be getting longer, so I think we're going to start seeing around that time, around half of the volume, we're going to start seeing that like dark shading, that crisp dark shading that you want, Ty.
Actually, I was actually looking at the trailer over again, and if you actually notice, like you jump right into it just straight dark, like Atlas is being like jacked up and stuff.
Oh, I wasn't Atlas. I was flipping Mantle. Mantle got screwed over me. That's Mantle. Yeah, no, that's Mantle. I promise you. I would not. Nah. I bet money that's Mantle. There's no way.
Oh my lord. Oh, okay, you got me there.
I got a penny right now. Straight up. But like,
Dark. I realized something over these past few weeks. Like, I really like dark stories. Like, the darker the story, the happier I am.
I hate you. Why? You can't be like that, bro.
Life is not, because I'm tired of this crap everyone keeps feeling like I want a happy ending. I'm like, I just want someone to get killed.
That's wild.
Like Nick has get killed at least.
Sick. That's the exact opposite that I see.
Like what happened to Peter? I'm still sad about that.
I'm still mad. I'm so sad about that, bro.
That was done so beautifully. I was like, John, you lost your girl. What are you gonna do? You suck.
You suck. You and stuff, bro. I'll be on some stuff sometimes, bro. I fool you not. Oh my goodness. I promise you. I ain't mad. I'm just saying. Facts. Exactly. Like that's like whoa. That's facts. Fools out here freezing with the grim. But what's it called? It's the whole like on for me. Everybody is about. It's all dark. Like there's no light anywhere where I go. It's like doom and gloom. And I'm like, man, where's the light at? Why can't we have nice things, bro?
What are they gonna do with what's her name? I'm drawing a blank. Not Cinder. but
Raven?
her boss.
Oh, Salem? Yo, if she moves to Atlas, B. If Salem moves to Atlas, bro, that's gonna be flipping next level, dude. Cause that would like throw out everything that we know. That would throw out everything we know about Salem. That fool said, "Oh, she doesn't need goons. She can still travel from the Dragon Continent where we think she is."
Oh, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Facts.
You know all about that.
That fool got the oh.
Hey, I'm engaged. Trust me. It's son. with the love with your other half, you just don't want it.
It's
Pay for the life lesson.
you don't want the smoke. I can get that. With like the first thing in my notes here is the bad choreography. Digi was talking about like choreography and how it like dipped between volume 4 and volume 5. Actually no, volume 3 and volume 4. And then it just stayed like that until volume 6.
To 6.
Yes. Granted, there is a legit reason why.
Well, if you don't know, the original creator died, passed, may he rest in peace, and no one has been able to recreate the choreography that it would. That's what got me into RWBY like the first place. I was like, these fighting scenes are just brilliant.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
Facts.
that man, bless his soul, man. Like that man created like that next level forces. Fools aspire to animate like that. Oh my goodness, the stuff that man was creating, dude. What's it closes? They, my man, but if you've been watching like the Ruby fandom like makes and stuff, my man Mark Zhang, my my man, free Mark Zhang, bro. Free Mark Zhang, bro. Get that man on the show. I fool you.
Regalia's, I saw all of them. I saw Regalia, and then watched the rest of them. I didn't know they were that old, but Regalia's video, I said, who's this man and why is he not?
Sticking Silver, man. Lycan, Viridian, bro. Oh my, nah, I need free Mark Zhang. That's all I need to say. If you get Mark Zhang on the squad, I love you forever. Please, Rooster Teeth.
There's another YouTuber. His name is called Tommy.
Oh, I know Tommy Lau 74.
Yeah, he did the 30 Days Angels.
Oh yeah, when that fool ran up on Weiss.
I lost it when I saw that.
Yo, that mess was nuts.
Crap, that animation was so fluid.
Oh my.
I thought that was legit. I thought that was like an OVA. I said, did I miss this? I'm going back on Rooster Teeth and check. I was like, I don't see this anywhere.
Facts, like
That was music to my eyes.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, give these goons a job, bro. Give these goons a job. I fool you not. I heard that you guys were having some layoffs. You have some room in the budget now. Help my dudes out. Free the guys.
Part of it's like me is like giving them a job, but I'm like, I feel like if they got in there, they would be tainted.
Tainted.
In the industry, and they would have to sacrifice their skill set.
Dang. All I'm saying, like in a perfect world, I just want their skills. I want their skills to contribute to Ruby proper.
I want Silver to be a spin-off, and I wanted it to get like
Facts.
the budget needs to be awfully brown.
We need that spin-off.
I need Silva versus Ruby, bro. I need that team battle, bro. I need that team battle now.
Silver versus Ruby, the proportions for that would just be epic, and I'm there with a bucket of popcorn at the edge of my seat.
Bro, that mess would have been flipping. Got like, oh my gosh, that would have been flipping. That would have been amazing. Oh my man, Lycan versus Yang, bro. Viridian versus Weiss. Silver versus Ruby.
That crowd height would be next level.
Oh no, Regalia versus Blake. Oh no, no. That's a movie right there. That's a movie. Like, don't even. Another thing I want to get into is me and Ty was over here agreeing to disagree on the story. We was saying, yo, the only reason the Ruby Goons are here is because of the fight scenes in the ship, and nobody gives a smash about the story. Now,
I mean, come on now. Like,
no.
I would have dropped it after Volume 3 because I honestly think that would be like a good stopping point.
Nah.
That's just my opinion.
For me,
There's too many threads that need to be explained.
Like,
Yep.
like story-wise, like before it went downhill.
what story? Volume 1 through 3? Nah, what story? What story? There was no story in volumes 1 through 3. It was just gooning. Exactly. It was just foolishness. they was kids gooning around in the college.
High school life.
That college life, bro. That fool said, "Victory will be sweet and delicious." Yeah. Flipping the food fight, bro.
You know what I miss? I miss like at the beginning, like of Ruby, like every other episode would be like an exposition on like the world and all that.
Oh yeah, the World of Remnants, bro. Yeah, nah. World of.
We get that again? Like,
We can. I'd be perfectly fine if we got World of Remnants on the during the off season. So like, okay, when Volume 7 is done, then let's say like every 2 weeks or so for the summer, we have like some art piece on the world, going over and re-going over stuff, because there have been a lot of retcons between the volumes. Aura being one, Semblance is also being one.
and that's where the downfall of the series is gonna be at. How much retcon is gonna be like Boruto 2.0? Well, I ain't gonna go that far.
Oh, the
That's why I go ahead and do those expositions when you just sit around. You don't say anything and like stone.
I apologize.
But the thing is though, these retcons were bound to happen because this technically was a fan novel, like visual fan novel, but it was it was literally just the brainchild of Monty back in the days of like 2010, 2011, just chilling. That man is dead now. So these goons are just like, well, frick, what do we gotta do? And so they're going over and looking at his skeleton stuff, and they have to like, they have to fill in the blanks. That mess is not always going to be one to one. So in all honesty, I'd be surprised if they didn't have any retcons.
Yeah.
Like no.
Oda, the creator, he has a few retcons, and the story's been going for like 20 years, so it's bound to happen.
Exactly.
1,100 something. God.
Shoot, watch Natsukaku, bro. That fool said, man, honestly, One Piece can go on forever because of the infinite dynamics and politician type of stuff like that. Like no. Hey man, yes you do, bro. Next level, the intellectuals, bro. The intellectual, the intellectuals.
There's politicking in One Piece, but I mean, he handles it well. But anyway,
Exactly.
that's a discussion. I can go on that
Forever. For me, like I said, the story in volumes 1 through 3 was non-existent. It was after the fall of Beacon where we had gotten interest. We literally got thrusted into the war, into the lore, into the world of RWBY. And so, like, that's because a lot of fools flipping died. Shut up. Shut up.
and I felt like if we finally got away from the school, because I feel like they just used their school life as a crutch to just make a whole bunch of wasted episodes.
Which volume 1 through 3 was.
It's like, okay, like, yeah, like playtime is over at school. Not just the school, the country is in turmoil. The Grimm are running more rampant than they've been in a very long time. And it's time for all of you to grow up. Yang has lost an arm. Ruby has discovered a new power. She does not understand anything about it. And everyone else is just kind of scattered and lost.
Hey, now it's time to say goodbye, bro. To the innocence of youth. Thanks. Oh yes, my man Ozpin, bro. Nah, I'm gonna be completely honest. Ozpin one of like my favorite characters, bro. Ozpin's on that next level of foolishness. Even with even with all of the mess that he's done, I was like, I see why you did it, but dang, shoot,
He's been playing Body Snatcher for years.
facts, unintentionally, sticking centuries, bruh.
It's not even his fault, though.
Exactly. Shoot, like how is he supposed to control that fool? Like my man Fox said, shoot, have no fury, bro. Have no fury. Yeah, them gods was trash. Them fools told him straight up. Yeah, so Remnant honestly was like an experiment. Exactly. They was like, yo, Remnant was honestly just an experiment. We was kind of just messing around. And the experiment failed, so we're gonna leave you. But if you guys can write yourself, we'll come back. Bye. And they flipping left. Oh my gosh. But like, yeah, in all honesty, I really feel like volume 4 through 6 was where the lore really got deep. But and in order to deepen a lore that was non-existent, you got to make some retcons. Which is why I like volumes like 4 through 6, they hold a special place in my heart over like volumes over like the first half and the second half. There we go. Yes.
Yeah, 6 is the best one. As far as the fight scenes, I could tell way better.
You could tell everything. Yeah. That's crazy.
But I mean, it picked up, and I'm cool with it now. But except for like that last part with like the giant mech battle and everyone fighting amongst themselves, like, come on now, let's
That was stupid. That was stupid. I liked the fight, but it was stupid.
It was.
Which is crazy because my man Ty, he was getting on me that man said, "Yo, season volume 6, get out of here," and I'm like, huh? Well, okay.
Like the last 3 episodes are like freaking rushed when it came to story.
All not because the last 3 episodes had to deal with Yang, Blake, and Adam.
Yang, Blake, Adam, the giant mech fight, like all day, I just felt like he was rushed.
Meg fight was pointless. The fight between Adam should have just been him and Blake.
No.
If Yang was there, she should have just like watched.
Nope. Nope.
I feel like Adam should have got out at least injured, not dead.
He should. Yeah. He should have got out very injured, but not dead.
I'm so salty he died.
I'm very salty that he died. But what's it called? Is since we're on this, let's go ahead and talk about this fight. Why do you think that it should have been Blake and versus Adam? Why do you guys think that? Why do you think that it should have just been them?
We could have got more of that, like, got more of that lore. Like, what actually happened that made Adam become this way. All we got was, like, company logo on his eye. That's the only thing we got. We don't really know anything else. And we probably won't know anything else.
Okay, Fox. Why should it have been just Blake versus Adam?
I feel like it'd been like a little bit more poetic. No. The whole being here we go. The whole him being X'd off. For me, either way. I mean, I like Adam. I don't dislike him, but I mean, he wasn't that big on my radar. But I do feel like his character was wasted by being X'd off. Or it just could have been done proper, like more respectful, like. It'd been more poetic for just him and Blake to face off because like the whole thing is like she started off with I can't remember these organs. It's been a while since I've done it.
The White Fang?
Yeah, the White Fang. The whole thing is like because when I saw y'all remember the trailers for RWBY when it first came out,
The black trailer?
They were on the train.
It was on the train.
I remember that.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
For me, that's where it all started. It'd have been dope for them to be like, you know what? I've been running long enough. You chopped off my friend/girlfriend's arm.
All right.
And we're gonna settle this. Now, whether she wins in that, that's not up to me. That's up to whoever.
Exactly. I was about to hit you with it. All right, listen. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm gonna be a buck 50, $2. Get you some jawbreakers. Listen, bro. If it was Blake versus Adam 1-on-1, there's no way. There is no way on this remnant, bro. Absolutely no way she was winning that. You'd have to. That'd be a fairy tale victory, bro. There's no flipping way. There is no way. There is no way that fool is winning. You wanna know why? Because Blake's a ninja cat. All right. That's the reason why, bro. And my dude Adam is a dang samurai. I told y'all, Squigglesby, that this fool, every hit is from this man is a kill move, bro. And we've seen Blake fight. During the Nevermore fight, what'd she do? She shot some stuff. Did she take out the Deathstalker or the Nevermore? No, it was Ruby and Nora. During the Mech. No, she has not. I mean, she did kick that man Roman in the face, but that was just funny.
I totally agree with you. Like, Blake would have not won that fight. I'm not gonna say she's weak, but she's not strong enough to be Adam.
She is a ninja in every sense of the way, built to be nothing but stealth. Killing, yeah. Or dish about. Exactly. Facts. All she can do is get in and get out. That fool cannot kill. Whereas Adam, that fool said, "The way of the samurai is strong with me." Regional kare kare. That's what that's gonna get said, B. Everything. There is no way. all she could do was get away, and even then, when she did that, and this man Adam said, "Where the frick do you think you're going? Hold on, let me calculate this real quick. It's a magical pony flying through the sky in a magical wind." Pink, bodied.
I do have a concern about that. I do have a concern about that. My question is, how the fuck did Adam get to freaking where they were at?
You don't know about like the open door theory. Listen, watch this. So this is the theory. You remember about them like two huntsmen that were chilling in the what was it called? In the train station?
Yeah.
They Crow said, "Yo, you left the back door open to the train." And they was like, "Oh, we better go, close that so we don't get flipping fired." The theory is, since Adam is, an obsessed ex-boyfriend, that fool got on the train using the back door. That's what the theory is. And all of those Yang like freakouts of her seeing Adam was Adam actually being there, but because he's a samurai, that scrubbing gets got the disappearing jutsu. So every time Blake saw that fool was flipping gone. And so that's the theory that holds a lot of water to how that man got to where were they going to? What's the name of the stinking Argos Limited, yeah. But that's how that man got there, and him and his way of the samurai and his ridiculous senses, he was able to just like keep tabs on Blake, and what's it called? Since all the Atlas goons were like Shanida's company goons, and that fool didn't like Atlas, and they were human, so he just murked all of them, nonchalantly. So you're telling me that Blake was going to be able to, the writers were going to be able to write Blake out of a situation with this man after he murked everybody. Everybody got murked in that military base. This man murked military personnel. The strongest military personnel on the planet, B. That's... Bro. There was no way Blake was winning that fight. All that fool could do was run away. And even then, that man had the way of the samurai and was able to foil her like getaway attempts. So there was no way in Smash, dude. While Blake and her goons was chilling in the school, this man Adam was bodying robots, people, Graham, Faunus, everybody, bro. He was bodying all of them. Everybody was getting it. Exactly. Everybody was getting the hands, B. Everyone.
I feel like the writers didn't kill him off, but made him join like Team RWBY.
No, if he would have joined, I'd have been upset.
I feel like he was gonna be that Sasuke type goon, where he was like, "Okay, I'm in." He would have been missed again.
I'd have felt better had Salem just somehow come across this soul and be like, "Oh, you ain't going nowhere, reincarnation."
Oh, I would have been. What's it called? He could have. My man Hazel would have been like, "Oh, you ain't going nowhere." Snatched him up. That fool said, "Salem, we have somebody." That would have been really cool to like see his dynamic with flipping Mercury, since he's a human and is also like a top tier like fighter in the Beacon generation. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
So, bottom. Don't worry, she's still training with Maria the Force.
Yeah, that Grim Reaper scene in season 6, that was heat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Ty, you're awesome. How can you not like Volume 3? Volume 6.
I never said that.
It's just you had some gripes. You had some gripes.
I never said I hated Volume 6.
All right. But did you have gripes?
Like, I admit some stuff in Volume 6 was like hella good.
So you had grapes. Okay, I can work with that. That's fine. We can have grapes. I have grapes with Volume 6 too.
Like, some stuff in Volume 6 was great, some stuff was bad.
Facts.
Some of the bad stuff just overtook the good stuff. That's what I'm saying.
The FMDM didn't help either. Facts. But my like bottom line is the fact that in order She was not getting away from Adam, so she needed help. Yang was the only person available, and she also had a vendetta against him. Granted, she should not have won that easily. That's the gripe that I had with Volume 6. That fool should have been shook that entire fight. But she was the only person, like, it needed the two of them to get past them. Granted, if it was up to me, they still wouldn't have won. If it was up to me, they would have had to like do some D&D. Yo, we gotta fight and run.
Like, don't touch my daughter.
The frick? Oh, my man Crow. Yo, my man Crow. That man would have been like, yo. Nah, she's not at that point yet. She's not at that point just yet, which is why I need that Raven short, bro. Oh, she would have bodied Adam free. She would have bodied. It would have been just like Cinder versus Neo. They would have been even. That would have pulled out the maiden powers, and that would have been a wrap. That's like it would have been silence. Oh, well then he just become an even bigger threat. Like that's a wildfire you don't want to deal with, bro. Yeah. Facts. Versus battle analysis coming soon. But like, oh, don't worry, I'm here all week. Just hit me up. But in a perfect world, I would have said that they needed first off the holding hands thing that was unnecessary. Like, I'm not mad that it's there, but it is unnecessary. I'm not mad that it's there. It's just like, well, it didn't need to be, but okay, it's an thing right now. So it really, yeah. Like they did it really just to like excite the fans. Granted, both positively and negatively excite the fans, because like there was all types of, for like a month and something, probably longer, them goons was added. Facts. I was gone, bro. I was under the rock, bro. I was not dealing with those shipping wars, dude. Shoot, Battle of the Philippine Sea type foolishness. I was not in it. But overall, if I was to write that scene, I think I would have kept the bike, because there was no way they were beating Adam. There was no way both of them were beating Adam, because Yang would have been too shook to like fight them 2-on-1, and Blake just wouldn't have been in the fighting capacity for Blake to fight him. He's just that ridiculous. So they would have had to use the bike. They had to use the bike to run into the mech, to get into the mech fight. So they would have been running from Adam with the bike, and that man Adam would have been shooting moon slice beams and bullets from his scabbard and stuff, trying to get them, and there would have been a really cool run scene, all that other stuff. They would have like jumped off or something, did some cool bike tricks, bam, during the mech fight. And was like, where the frick were you? And he was like, listen, you see, there was an explanation, and the explanation would have been Adam just running up and trying to like slash at them and all other stuff, and they could do some cool stuff with the bikes, and maybe the bike gets slashed up, and it's like, well, frick, I don't have a bike now. And that's how they could have gotten rid of the bike ship, and it would have been Adam on the squad on Cordovan. Yo, imagine how ridiculous that fight would have been, B.
We need to start our own side series, like, what can we change about RWBY?
Straight up, how would you rewrite RWBY? Just for the lulz, bro. Just for the lulz. It's like, yo, yeah.
First off,
Granted.
my girl is main character off the G-Mag.
I know where this is going.
Oh dear. It's like,
Then we gonna meet up with my with the blonde bombshell herself out in the world. We ain't going to school. Forget the school. I'm tired of the schoolyard crap.
Volume 1 was just middle school, Volume 2 just the other way around.
facts.
Don't exist.
School don't exist.
Done with
School got nuked 2 volumes early.
we straight joining the guild. I'm going fairy tale off in this bitch.
Oh, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Nah. Beacon beats fairy tale free. Don't at me. Don't at me.
When you kill somebody, that's the time you get to use that excuse.
Don't at me. Ozpin is bodying everybody.
Destruction. You don't want me to write no story because everybody dying. The whole cast is gonna die. I'm a comic got killed in here.
Oh, please don't.
The anime edition, not the
Not the manga edition. The anime edition. Don't destroy me.
Manga is better than the anime.
facts.
Yeah. Also because it, it like actually leads into a comic I Kill 2 featuring Hinoma coming soon to a manga stream near you. Anyway, facts.
Yeah, I got the first 2 volumes of that one.
Bam.
What you mean?
Oh, rip school. Anywho, it is like imagine Ruby just like while she's like walking up to the court to Cordova's mech and being like, no, we're not going to go anywhere, and then just like have that little stare off, and then all of a sudden like Adam, Blake, and Yang have to like run up or have their entrance into like that battle, and I'm going just like, what the heck, what?
I didn't think back there at all. Like, why are we having a giant kaiju fight right now? I said, I didn't watch. I don't want to see Godzilla.
But you already saw Godzilla with the Nevermore and the Deathstalker and the Volume 2 mech fight.
No. So wait, this is gonna be completely off topic. Do y'all remember those Grimm they fought in the cabin? No, they didn't fight. They had to run from in the cabin.
The apathy? The fools had Conqueror's hockey with the Screech.
Those were the dopest Grimm I've seen like out of the series.
Oh, because they're flipping hacks.
They just make you depressed, so depressed that you just can't even move.
These that yeah. Time to go. I'm not dealing with those, B.
I'm like, forget the ones that can smash a mountain in half or cleave you in twine. Like, no, you just get so depressed. You just like, screw it, just eat me.
Facts. Rip side.
Like life. That was a metaphor for life.
I hate you. This is not how it is. Oh, man says, so, you see, we live in a society where the modern world is tough. Screech, go to sleep. Okay. Time to go to sleep, guys. Time to...
The reason why I'm not president of the United States.
Oh, yes. That's facts, no. I'm impeaching you hecka quick. Especially since I can vote now.
That's the thing, though. See, there's no such thing as a democracy with me. It's all tyrannical up in here.
Alright, nah, we're revolting. We're revolting. We're revolting.
We're not pulling Johns here.
Facts.
We're not pushing a rebellion. You don't get to have a rebellion.
Oh yeah, but I got the new codes though. What's up? What's up, man? Shoot. But the mech fight honestly didn't need to be there. But if they didn't have that, then how are they getting out of Mistral or Anima? Anima.
If it even was methodical and tactical method, like I would have preferred like a stealth scene than the straight up just giant kaiju.
So we really got giant. We're doing that over solid type stuff, basically.
All right.
Snake out here or something, G.
All right, so you're telling me that 7 first-year college students are going to break in to one of the bases of the most powerful and technologically advanced military bases in the world on some Metal Gear Solid stuff.
Bro, you got the company's daughter right there. Let's pull some rank here.
The company's daughter isn't the heir to the Dust Company anymore. Not only that, but Ironwood has Jacques on a leash. Yes. Don't you remember? They was like, bro. This was shown to us in volume 4, bro. That fool said, "Listen, you keep doing this foolishness, I'm gonna check you." And then Jock was like, "But you're not even all there though." And that man said, "Well, listen, who has 2 seats on the council? Yeah. Whose country are you in right now? Yeah. Nice talk." Exactly.
I was like, you ain't gotta G check me like that, homie.
Exactly. That's what that fool did, bro. That's gonna get, bro. Weiss was listening in on that foolishness, speed. That fool was like, "Oh frick, I gotta get the heck up out of here." But like, yeah, okay, yeah, you would have had, yeah, okay, so you have the heiress, but that's just you. That's only one person. We're gonna spare the heir. We're gonna spare the ex heiress, and we're gonna kill the rest of y'all because, first off, one of y'all is a faunus, and second off, the other y'all fools are flipping delinquents. Yeah, no, you're gone. And you're poor. Yeah, no, get out of here. Get out of here. So yeah, no, that's not happening. That is not happening. That literally was the best plan they were gonna come up with. Because the only way you were getting in and out of Atlas was if you had some sort of military vehicle. So, because, embargo.
Damn embargo.
Exactly. Feels bad, man.
Oh, next time we have a chat on Ruby, I'm gonna make sure I'm brushed up on my Ruby ology, because I am so rusty. I feel like this conversation is going nowhere.
All right. What's it called? Let me look. Okay, so the Salem Ozpin topic.
Man, like I said, this whole thing is pointless.
I'm happy we got lore on Ozpin and Salem, and I'm also kind of happy that they were a couple. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, but everything else,
Oh, facts.
it's like, oh, this like OG unstoppable super soldier knight of the round table ultimate King Arthur dude, who if he was evil would have conquered like all the places. Yeah, this like unstoppable hero. Yeah, he died of a cold. Feels bad. Yeah.
Naruto T, they gotta rewatch these episodes, man.
And guess what? Apparently, right before he falls in love with right before he dies, he falls in love with like literally the baddest, thickest, most fine, most beautiful woman in the land. And it just so happens that that woman has got next level magic and knows of the Lord, bro. That fool ran up to God and was like, "Please help me." That fool said, "No." And that fool said, "Why?" And this man said, on some full metal alchemist stuff, the laws of alchemy cannot be created or destroyed, and life is like that. You can't, taboo and all that other foolishness. Facts. That man said, you cannot, yeah. You must, in order to get something, you must give something in return. And life is like the most powerful thing of all time. And so there's nothing you can give me that will be able to give, to bring your, your husband that's not a husband back because you never got married. Whoop-de-doo. And yes, and I can see why Osmond hit that. Like, I'm gonna be $3, bro. Shoot, you can upgrade yourself to a Hershey bar, bro. That fool was fine. Heck, if she like untied her hair, she'd still be fine. Don't even lie.
I needed to stay tied just like that.
No. I can't talk to you.
We gotta keep the whole theatrical thing, Queen of the Undead, whatever going.
Bro, she still has the pale skin and grim eyes. What you mean?
You gotta keep the hair like that. That is the fantasy, G. That is the fantasy.
Valid point. Foxes make a point here.
Alright, I'll let you have that. But what's it called? Like, in all honesty, like, so you just got rejected by God. Yo, turns out God has a brother. Oh, word? Fool run up. Hey, please bring my loved one back. Fool said, why? Heck's in it for me. I worship you. Oh, word? Bet. Fool snapped his fingers. Fool said, "Yeah, my man's back." And then this fool said, "That fool Rayquaza ran up, B." That man turned into Rayquaza. That fool said, "Hey, what are you doing, bro?" That man said, "Some sibling rivalry," and they was like, "Okay, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, alive," and then she was like, "Can you please stop this?" Imagine what he's going through. Like, stop! You're messing me up here, bro.
There's trauma on his soul.
Exactly. Like you're destroying his soul right now. The fool said, "Man, shut up. Heck, you thought mortal? Who are you to me?" And that fool said, tempting. Hey, you know she lied to you, right? Oh, word? Say less. Worship? I don't need the worship of a liar. Out of here. And then they, cursed her and all other stuff. Well, it's the kid, which is fine. That's fine. Okay. The kicker is after Ozma got reincarnated and they met again, it literally just turned into, oh, either you're with me or against me type foolishness. So basically Salem just becomes this woman that's technically scorned herself because he didn't do anything. Like, at this point Ozma was innocent. It's not his fault he died. It's not his fault that you tried to trick the gods into into playing into bringing me back, and after you got found out you kind of nuked all of humanity. That's not my fault.
Emotional wreck.
Exactly. So it literally is just she basically just like, it's unreasonable. Now, if I were to write the story, granted, if I had all the conditions, if I had no limitations and all that other stuff, what I would do is instead of having that, it would be like, let's say that she left. Let's say that these goons were just chilling in the Dragon Continent or something like that, and the dark gods was like, "Yo, what are you doing in my swamp and stuff?" What? And then Ozma's just like, "Yo, I'm that dude, so you're gonna have to step up to me, even though you're like a god and stuff." Well, granted, he could be nice about it, but it's like, "Yo, can we just mess around here?" And that fool said, "No," and he calls the gods, and all the Grimm run up. And they got to fight and all that other stuff, right? And Salem gets lost in the chaos, and eventually she falls in the Grim pool and all that other stuff, which should kill a normal person. But because Salem is the prophecy child or whatever the frick, because she was locked in the tower, all other stuff, let's say that she survived and all other stuff. But when she got out of the Grim pool and was grimified, that man Ozma was gone, and it was Ozma that went to the God of Life and was like, "Yo, can you bring back my wife? I love her." And that fool said, "No." But because he's a bad god, he forgets to tell him that, "Oh yeah, no, your dude's actually alive," and it's him. It's him that goes and it's kind of it's just sad and all that other stuff. And the snake and the dark god is just he manipulates Salem and all other stuff to do his bidding. And eventually they meet, right? And at this point, Salem's already off the deep end. I fool said, "Yo, you flipping left me. You left me to flipping die in basically the nether. No, we're not. I don't love you anymore." And it's World War III of godlike proportions, and they fight on the moon and stuff. Yes, and eventually they like they have to like they become like incarnate to the gods and stuff, and then the gods run up and it's just like, okay, yo, we gotta stop. And Salem is like, no, forget you, because she's mad at everybody now. So at this point, them fools is just like, excuse me, I'm gonna need you to know your place. And that's when the gods curse them and nuke all of humanity, and then also nuke the moon. Which is I think that's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Clap. But hey, I'm just a scroll on the internet, so I was thinking, what the frick do I know? That's what, well, I don't know. But that's just like my little like fan thing. That's how I would write it better. Granted, like again, I'm happy that we got any lore, on Salem and in Ozpin. Also, the fact that you know, the fact that lore also, you know, details that Salem is bad as frick.
I like the whole backstory between Salem and Ozma. I also like how they explain how the moon got busted. That's when, you know, both God of Light and
That man would.
just pieced out and just
Facts.
destroyed it on the way out. Like, oh snap, I broke this.
Well, feels bad.
I can't remember. Did they ever explain what happened to their kids? Because you know they had kids.
Oh yeah, no, the kids died.
Yeah, they died.
Yeah, Salem nuked her kids, bruh. As sad as that is.
Black Widow stuff for real.
Exactly. Like, Ozpin was like, yo, what are you doing? He was talking to himself, and the man said, I know what I have to do. So he tried to get the kids out, and then she was just like, huh, where the frick do you think you're going? And that man said, listen, I can explain. Okay, explain. I love you, but you're crazy. Excuse me? Go. No, nuked.
Yeah,
Nuked.
I couldn't remember about the kids. It actually makes me sad. I wish they would have kept the kids alive and been like, and not only been like, you know, Ozma versus Salem, would have been like Ozma versus like his children and his former lover.
Well, there is a theory that yes, a Ruby theory, that the kids are the spirits of the relics, and that the four maidens are basically the like memory powers that Ozpin gave. Is like when he saw the four maidens, he's like, oh, you guys remind me of my kids, and so I'm just gonna give you these powers that like that are like the semblance of my kids, because I like you guys. So so the theory is that these relics are basically Ozpin trying to get all these relics is kind of just like a custody battle, to where Salem was trying to get all the relics that are the kids, but Ozpin's like, no, I'm taking the kids, and the entire world is just like is like the audience or whatever the frick, and so we're all kind of just in like this custody war.
That kind of makes sense though, in a way.
Yeah.
Now that you put it that way.
Because if you remember, what was her name? Jin? Yeah, Jin was just like, oh, it's been a long time, old man. And a lot of, like, kids, especially if they're, like, adults and their parents are old people, they're going to refer to them as, like, old men. Kind of just like how Natsu does to like, Igneel and, Gramps in Fairy Tail. And that's kind of, like, where that... Yeah.
Are you back there munching? Yes. No.
My man is enjoying his chips, bro. That fool is getting it. Oh my gosh.
I can't help myself.
Hey man, shoot, I ain't complaining if I have popcorn right now. Shoot, y'all fools don't want to know, man. Yesterday, shoot, a couple of weeks ago, I was running out of food, man. I was scared. I was like, frick, I'm running out of popcorn, man. This isn't good. But the next topic that I have on my list is Adam. Adam shouldn't have died. What's it called? We hinted at it, but we never like gave our actual in-depth thoughts. He shouldn't have died.
We did. We talked about the fight.
Okay, we talked about the fight, but I forgot about this part. Okay, He shouldn't. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna say my piece, and that's it, and then I'm gonna be done with that. So he shouldn't have died because A, he was like the best out of the Beacon generation, and B, it was not in their character. It was not in either Blake or Yang's character to kill somebody. There.
More so, I feel like Yang would have let go, but before Blake did. But whatever.
Like they're children. Like what? At max, Yang is 20 now. As a 20-year-old, have you ever killed anybody? That's the thing though. That man Yang's been on patch, bruh. Them fools was in the boonies. Only thing they ever had to kill was Grim. Killing people and killing Grim are two different things. As we've seen, Weiss can kill Grim. Blake can kill Grim, but can they both kill people? No. Can they fight people? No. They both got body. So shoot, can Ruby's godlike at fighting Grim. But remember, thinking in Mountain Glen, that fool was out her sight, and that fool tried to fight that White Fang Boon. That fool got knocked. Gone.
I cannot pronounce his name right. But y'all know who I'm talking about. That one fight.
The one fight with my man Roman.
No, not Roman.
What is the setting? What's the setting? What's the setting? Like, what was the volume episode? Like, what was happening? Volume 4. Oh, Tyrion?
Tyrion, that was his name was. I cannot.
Oh, she was getting no. That entire team got no diffed, dude.
But it proves your point though, remember?
Yeah, them fools. They are huntsmen. They are not trained to fight people. People like Raven and Crow are anti-huntsmen. Who yeah, they were trained to 1v1 people along with Grim. So like no, they're not, no, they can't. They cannot. Go ahead.
What was the next topic?
My next topic was frick, I'm out of topics. Yep, we're good. We're done. So it's all like random stuff now. I do like Pyrrha. I do like the closure that we got from in volume 6. People say that I was like that those 2 episodes were kind of a waste, and I'm just like, eh.
It was kind of emotional for me.
Yeah.
It was sad.
Like I honestly did cry at that at that scene because I'm like bro, he needed this, because like John was just.
But the theories.
That's facts. Was that a ghost, or was that her sister, or was that her mom? We don't know.
Reincarnation?
That's what I was trying to figure out when I saw it, when I was watching it.
We don't know.
I need to know what's going on with Cinder and
And Nia.
Neo. Like, what's going on?
That's facts. Like what?
We clearly know what happened here. They somehow managed to Blake through contact battle. That's what's going on right now.
That's facts. Them fools. On the way to Atlas, they what's it called? Neo was like she did the mime thing. Was like, hey, look there, and Cinder was like, what? And that fool did the glass no jutsu and ran up and cross tag real quick. Fool can't. The show be back in volume 7. Facts. What's it called? It's with like her. People were like wondering, yo, why is Cinder, why is her like wardrobe still very revealing? They forget that fool was like a maiden.
Why the fuck would you complain about that?
It's like, oh no, she'll be cold, and it's like, you know, her like affinity is fire, right?
It's fire, so
So no, that
the time it would be.
she's fine. She's fine.
I'm like, let it be. I'm like, the SJW community and the White Knights just be killing me.
Shit, here we go.
Hey, it's facts though. It's true. It's true. Hey man. They can't come after us because we're lower than them. We're scrubs on the internet. What you mean?
Like, bro, like these are fictional characters. They don't exist.
Exactly.
We'll talk about My Hero later then.
Hey, podcast coming soon.
I don't know the context with that right now.
Podcast coming soon.
But I still don't get it.
What's that called? It's for me. It's just it's whatever. I mean, say Cinder was made for like sex appeal. Like, don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself.
Even the voice explains it all.
Like my man Watts told my man Watts like touched her, stick it. She burned his hand, bro. My man Murder was like, yo, she's too hot to handle, dude. And like Ty said, the voice, nah, man.
Come on.
Nah.
You cannot tell me that voice does not.
No.
I can't hear his voice right now. I can't hear it in my head.
You can see what they're doing here. Mind if I cut in? Come on now. Come on.
I feel said you might have to materialize yourself some snow boots, and I'm like, oh. Okay. All right then.
Like real talk, like all the characters in RWBY have a little bit of a sex appeal.
Even Ruby, who's supposed to be the baby. Crazy.
Like the biggest offenders as the main two would be Blake and Yang.
That's facts. That's facts. Like, facts, no printer.
Like you said, Ruby's supposed to be the baby. Weiss is supposed to be like the prim and proper, tsundere princess type.
That's facts.
One bombshell. I mean, she doesn't like. She's not very revealing, but you know.
The assets are there.
Like kind of timid.
What's that called? She's supposed to be the embodiment of the drip. The drip.
If you look at like their outfits, like from volume 6.
The drip.
Way more revealing than Weiss and Ruby.
Facts. It's because they're the mature. They're the mature. They're in their prime, bro. The quintessential woman and all that other stuff.
And then you got Crow.
Just you grow.
He has the V-neck with the shirt buttoned down way too far.
That's facts, man.
And then on top of that, he has like Crow probably has that voice that most women would probably want from like a rough and tumble man.
Oh yeah, that voice. Yeah, no. What's that called? Some goons, bro. Them fools be like, yo, this voice is like mad calming and almost alluring, and I'm like, you okay? I don't. I'm just gonna let you have that. But in my opinion, my man like Crow is smooth, bruh. Crow is too smooth. That's facts, man.
Slide in more DMs if you want it.
Crow really could slide in.
Let's talk about Raven. Let's talk about Raven.
Yes.
And I felt let down by her character second half of the series.
Okay.
I don't know what I was expecting from Raven, to be perfectly honest.
Like she was so mysterious in volume 2. Then next, we just see her feel like all types of the 5 phases of grief, basically.
Oh.
Just like
She's just a terrible parent.
facts.
I actually kind of get it though. Like it's still no excuse. Like if you got kids, I feel like take care of your kids. But anyway, different topic, different day. But I'm like, I get it though. She's like, when you see what I've seen, Salem can't be killed. She's like, what's the point?
Exactly. And like that rubbed off on Yang. I think I feel like Raven as a character is just very complicated. When we first like saw her, she was very calm, she joked around a little every now and again, and I was like, oh, I see where Yang gets that from. Like, I guess Ty rubbed off on you, and then like the thing, because she was like sticking. What did Yang say? That fool said That fool said something take me to like Crow or something shit or something like that. And that fool's and then a Raven was just like, oh, why you're so stubborn? And I'm just like, haha, that's a joke. That's a joke. She like did this. Yeah. She like did this like stick in like this face and was just like, oh, look at you.
I felt like Raven was a little bit wasted. Like wasted potential. Just like Adam.
That's the thing though. I'll go ahead.
Hey, Raven the character? No, I freaking love Ravens. I just felt let down, if anything.
I feel like that's the thing though with Raven. She's a wild card to me. In Volume 5, she was very calm, very calculating. She can be like stern when she needs to be. She can be a little bit funny and a little bit sarcastic, and when she wants to be.
Mother figure.
Honestly, she would have been. I think she would have been a great mother for Yang, if she was there.
Damn, I was gonna say that.
Have y'all seen Adventure Time?
Of course.
Yeah.
Dad?
Oh gosh. No. That man dad sucked, bro. He was funny.
Raven reminds me of Finn's dad, Martin, a little bit. And this is what I mean. I feel like, back in the day, like as we saw, she was cool, she was joking, laughing, and all that. And then she actually saw how the world is. And I feel like that right there kind of took away, not innocence, but took away the hope that she had in her heart. And leaving Yang, though, I feel like she's like, she regrets it, but she also knows that just because I say I'm sorry and I can say I'm sorry, but it doesn't really fix it and it doesn't really change my stance on the world. So I kind of got to stick with my guns on what I've done and the choices that I've made, because going back would just be like an insult to all of that.
Yeah, and with Raven, the reason she left Yang for her tribe was her family. Like, Team Stark was just her friends. Granted, to Crow, Team Stark was his family, even more so than the tribe, because one could assume that Raven was treated better in the tribe than Crow was, because he was like, yo, I have bad luck and that's why I got my name. Nobody wanted me. Yeah, so that's why I think his Team Stark was the first people that he actually saw. He could actually make familial bonds. Yeah, Ozpin made familial bonds to Ozpin because Ozpin accepted him, as where his tribe didn't. And I think that's why it was so easy for him to break away from his tribe. As for Raven, who I would assume was idolized by her, or was adored by her by the tribe because of her ridiculous prowess and stuff.
The most popular girl, like in high school.
Yeah, it's like she was the prodigy, and Crow was even though they were twins, Crow was the little brother that was trying to come out of, or at least be as good as her, but was just struggling because of his bad luck.
Yeah.
So I think that's why she left them, because it's like, okay, yeah, I liked Summer, yeah, I loved Tai Yang, I loved him enough to have a baby with him, and yeah, I guess I have to like you because you're my flesh and blood, but
No, that's what I was going to touch on too. I'm like, because there are plenty of cases where, women have children. Everyone, the automatic societal thought is like, oh, when you have a child, you're supposed to love that child unconditionally, and that's not always the case. Some women just, their children.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not the case with Raven, as you saw in the chamber. Well, we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that. What I'm saying with Raven is, it's just like Stark was her friends, but the tribe was her family. As where it was the exact opposite of Crow, which is why they separated. And Raven choosing her family, which was the tribe, over the squad, ruined the squad, because after she left, you could assume that Ty Yang was just in a rut, and then Summer was like, "Hey, I understand what you're going through," and things kind of happened and all other stuff. And then boom, there you go. And then Crow, who again, that's his sister. I honestly would go as far as to say that he idolized Raven too. I'd honestly say that Crow loves Raven. Like, I think Crow still does love Raven. I would say, like, as a sibling, as family. But her leaving, and Ty, of course, him and Ty have always been butting heads. But then, you know, to find out that, you know, Ty not only had it with his sister, but also with the other female on the team that he may or may not have had feelings for. Again, nothing's confirmed. Like, Ty screwed the entire team, dude. And Crow being like, yo, come on, man. And then Raven leaving and Summer dying. It's like, well, frick, dude. Like, come on.
It was just a whole bunch of unfortunate circumstances for that squad.
Exactly. Like, literally, I think his only coping was his kids. Well, was Ty's kids, because it's like, okay, yeah, these are my kids and I love them, but it's like Crow is like, yo, that's Yang is my sister's child, and I don't have my sister anymore. I rarely see her now, and she doesn't trust me. So like this is all I have. And then Ruby just gravitated onto him, and it's like, well, I guess I gotta like you too, and that's where that happened. So getting back to Raven, finally like looking at her offspring, you would honestly assume, because again, she's a bird, you could honestly assume that Raven every now and again kind of just like checks up on Yang and has seen her grow. You honestly could assume, because like you saw in the chasm. Now I'm gonna get to the chasm scene. In the chasm, when Yang told her off, knowing she was ignorant of the world, knowing she was the inferior, knowing that she could be getting in trouble and that her mom could be speaking the truth, she told her off anyway. And it's like, wow, Ty raised you to be such a strong, independent, and morally good individual. He did so well with you. And to think that I technically made you, and the fact that you look so much like me, the fact she sees herself in her daughter. That's what I think. Yeah. And then like that maternal instinct kicked in and triggered her, like her buried, hidden love for her child, and it's just like, oh, I'm honestly, I'm just like, I feel like she's genuinely sorry. It's like, yo, I'm really sorry that I wasn't there for you. I'm really sorry that you couldn't, like, I couldn't see you and all that other stuff. And I'm like, I feel like she's genuinely remorseful. And one could throw in the thing where it's like, okay, did Raven value her child? Did Raven value the tribe over her child, or was Raven protecting her child from the tribe? We don't know. It's up in the air right now. But I feel like since the tribe got nuked, because, you know, Team Witch, Volume 5 happened. They literally ran up, bro. They ran up into the flipping camp and nuked all of them. And then they told him, yo, so are you gonna come out? And then, like, at that point, Raven couldn't refuse. So now that a large chunk of her tribe is dead, bodied, or running, and she has like no ties to them now, I think now she's going to, what she should do is, as we saw in the Volume 4 like after credits scene, it was heavily alluded to that at this point it's practically confirmed that she went to Ty. Like, that portal she made was to Ty. Now, it's up in the air. Does she leave after going back to Patch, or does she actually, like, sit down and rest with Ty and get all of that and get all of like that stuff out of the air. And honesty, I feel like that should happen, and we should get a character short for that. Like I think that's the development that Raven needs to that Raven needs, that we all need for Raven to get if she's going to be relevant to the story. Because at this point, she has no reason to deal with the squad, no reason at all. So, I think like, cause she just got done fighting, Cinder, and that fight was taxing on her. She did get a couple of licks in that fight, so I think like she actually at this point she'd be tired, she'd be hurt, and she wouldn't exactly be able to move. And Tai Yang is just like, well, flipping abandoned me, and having her being like, yo, and it also come full circle because she told Yang, yo, family only comes around when they need something. So having that flip,
I can attest to that sometimes. I can.
oh yes, having that flipped on her to where she's going to Tai Yang, and it's just like, yo, I don't know where my tribe is. For all I know, they could be dead. I'm really hurt and I don't know where to go. Can I just like, I just need a place to crash for a couple of days. And then Tai Yang would be like, well, why? What's in it for me? And all other stuff. And then probably go off on her and be like, yo, you did this, that, this, and this. Like, why did you leave me? Why did you leave us? Why did you leave our child? When Summer died, why didn't you come back to help raise Ruby? Stinking, all of this like other stuff. And then just like, exactly, just like, and then her probably getting angry and like throwing back at her like a married couple, and having that detox, that argument where the truths come out, and where things were said, things got to get worse to get better, and I feel like that needs to happen. Tai Yang has been shown that he can bring out the best in people. He technically brought out the best in Crow. He brings out the best in Ruby. He definitely, like, de facto brought out the best in Yang. Yang was in a dark place, and my man was like, listen, I'm gonna help you up because I'm world's best dad. And she did. He did.
There was some cute moments with him and Yang when she was recovering from when she lost her arm and all that.
Exactly.
I thought she was done after that.
Yes, she should have been done after that. So, Ty is like a people person, and what better to show his people person skills than with his sexual partner, with the woman that he loves, the only living woman that he loves now. He could tell her exactly what he told the Yang and be like, yo, yeah, the world's cruel and all that other stuff, but we gotta like keep going forward and all that other things. He could tell her the things that she needs to know to basically reinvigorate her hope in the squad, in her daughter, in Ruby. And that, I feel, is the only way that that her story will ever tie back into the main squad, because there's nothing else to be like. If that fool literally ran up to Ty and Flit and then said peace, yeah, no, we're never seeing her again. We're never seeing that fool again. But overall, I feel like Raven's potential is there. It just needs to be
Pushed in.
yeah. And I feel like that's the way to do it. I feel like if they did had a little character short, not even a character, like an OVA, they could start off with that scene. That scene would be like half the OVA, and then probably get into the Team Start flashback. And like as she's like in the bed, just like thinking about what Ty said, remembering all the good times, we get the Team Start flashback. She wakes up talking to Ty, and just that lighter tone. I feel like we need that. I feel like she needs that as like a person for character development.
Speaking of characters, what about Summer Rose? Never. Barely. No, we don't have Jax.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Look at my pockets, bro. Nothing.
Empty.
It's,
Nothing.
it's emptier than my box.
No information.
Facts.
Just a screenshot.
That's exactly. We need something.
Like 5 seconds of screen time. Like, come on. We need information.
We need something.
It's the most important thing in stories to me.
World building. Yeah.
I totally agree with you. There definitely needs to be world building.
Which is what we're getting in Volume 7 with the whole dynamic between Mantle and Atlas. But that's just that world building. I feel.
The season drops in like November, right?
Yeah.
November 2nd.
Yeah.
Get that, then we get Unordinary back. It's gonna be a busy month.
Yeah. It's gotta be a busy 2 months, bro. Oh gosh.
It's gonna be busy, like, mad crazy.
Shoot, like yeah, no, we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff, bro. Like, jeez, Louise, theory crafting, content creating, work.
Theory crafting gonna be next level.
As intellectuals, it must be. My calculations, as I bring out my calculator.
I gotta buy some new equipment. I got some stuff to do.
I need to wait till my next 2 paychecks. Then I can buy more equipment.
I need to go home.
Home.
or my internet was flipping good.
You already off Wi-Fi. I understand.
Jeez, man, I can't stream, man. I can't do nothing. I mean, I can record, but like, what's the fun? What's good with recording except for making theory videos like this? I mean, I just play games.
That is me. That is sad, but that is me.
I just
I make type videos, G.
what's that called? I mean, shoot.
My traffic connection. I'm right under the. But I still got traffic connection.
Exactly. They're not optimized to be. It's that optimization, bro. Shoot.
I've been making gameplay videos. I'll send you a link for a video editor that I was using before I got Adobe.
Go ahead and slide in.
I still need to get into that.
Go ahead and slide it in.
It's the best one, dog.
I need more time. I'm so used to using my stuff. I just haven't had time.
Hit me up with these video editors, bro.
Adobe After Effects and Premiere had a baby.
Just hit me up with all of them, bro. I need them because I'm using this.
Send it to the crack version. The crack version, of course.
No, HitFilm was automatically free.
Talk about Adobe.
Yo, send if free send me the link right now.
Take me to HitFilm, G.
Nobody knows.
Knows the trouble I feel. But like, yeah, I guess that'll be it for the podcast. If you guys have like any closing remarks, by all means.
Remarks? I feel as if Ruby should a bit like when it comes to like the art style and stuff. And I hope the series get more interesting. I don't hate the series. It's just I feel like there could be so much more to it.
Facts. Honestly, that's I think like that's how you show love to a series. Like, okay, I love you and all that other stuff, but like you can be better.
I'm reserving everything, all my thoughts on it until I see the first episode of
That same.
the new season. Because I do this mostly with movies. I usually I just want to see the end result. I want to see exactly how much love and care that you put into it. Show me if they stepped it up from 6. Show me. I want to see better fight choreography. I want to see better animation.
Right.
Fix Blake's hair. That's my biggest gripe.
They're not fixing Blake's. They're not fixing.
Fix that shit. That is god awful. But anyway, so I'm reserving all rights. I feel like it'll be better than 6 because I have noticed that even though I did notice a step up in each individual visual volume. So hopefully seven will be a step up from six. That's really what I want.
Sam, I'm actually with Fox on that one. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because like the trailer, they have this trailer, but they made that trailer how long ago? It's been at least like a couple of weeks, a month. They could polish that up. They could put the fine tunes on it. They could be listening to criticism. They could be doing all types of stuff. So, with that in mind, I'm just gonna wait till then. Free Zhang, free the guys. Yeah. It's been real. Yeah, it's been. I don't exactly know how to end this off. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Check out the guys. Shoot, my man Thai Animations, Fox. They do unordinary content. That will be the theories. I do not. No, you go to them. You go to them for all that other stuff. I just hobby here.
Man, you don't get that bullcrap out of here.
Oh no, but what's it called? This I just talk about whatever, bro. Again, I thank you guys for coming to this podcast. I hope we can do it again some other time.
Of course.
Indeed.
Always.
Thanks. With all that said, bye bye.